Here's a circle. It's got a green line and a black line. And if I were to tell you that the green line is 1 long, the question is, how long is the black line? You know this already, because you know what circles are. You know that if we draw any line out of the center to the edge, it's going to be the same. So if this is 1, then this, since it's going from the center to the edge, it's got to be 1. If I draw another line over here, maybe this one is 1, that one's 1. If I draw a line down here, that one's 1. It's never going to change. That's what circles are. We really define them by a center point and then all of the other points that are the same distance away. Now hold on a second. I'm going to do something for you real quick. Don't blink. Ready? Did the length of this line change at all? No, I didn't touch it. I just drew a line down straight from here. So we drew a triangle. This side of the triangle isn't 1 because this doesn't reach the edge over here. And this side of the triangle isn't 1 at all because it's not touching the center at all. But this one still is. This one is still 1. This is a really long-winded way of saying that this line here, this radius, is 1. So this is a circle with radius 1. And we have a special name for that. We call it the unit circle. But who cares? Who cares that we call it the unit circle? All it is a name. If we say it's a unit circle, all we're saying, it's shorthand for saying it's a circle of radius 1. Just like if I were saying, well, I made you some food, but you have to use sharp eating utensil to eat it. Don't forget your sharp eating utensil. Don't forget to pick up some sharp eating utensils before you sit down at your chair, because you're going to need your sharp eating utensil to eat your food with the sharp eating utensil. It's really weird for us to say sharp eating utensil so many times when we could say fork. Like, that means fork. Round eating utensil is different from sharp eating utensil. Some things you want to eat with round eating utensils and some things you want to eat with sharp eating utensils. It's a mouthful to say sharp eating utensil or round eating utensil. Plus, what do you do with this? That's sharp eating utensil. That's a different sharp eating utensil than that sharp eating utensil. So you got to say like bladed sharp eating utensil and pointy sharp eating utensil and then round eating utensil, but not the round eating utensil with the sharp bits at the top. So we assign names to things for no other reason than it's just annoying to say circle with radius 1. If it gives you trouble to think that we're doing something significantly different, if we're talking about unit circles, anytime somebody says unit circle, just think circle with radius 1. Here we have a unit circle. You should translate in your head to, here's a circle, it's got a radius of 1. If we ever draw a line from the center to the edge, it's going to have a length of 1, and that's going to be useful to us. As far as like why we use unit circles, or why we say, we know why we say unit circles. As far as why we use unit circles, there's really not a great reason that you'll find soon, at least, or ever, really, except for it makes the math easy. If I were to say, oh man, I made like 10 times as much money today. I went from $3 to $30. The only reason that I'm using the number 10 is because it makes the math easy. And we're not going to do a whole lot of math specifically regarding the unit circle and all of like the specific use cases it has. Instead, we're going to use it to kind of bridge this gap between triangles and circles and to use geometry. And then you'll find that the idea of radians becomes a lot easier when this line is 1 and not like 7. When we have to start dealing with 7 instead of 1, I can tell you 1 times 64 is 64. 7 times 64 is a lot more difficult of a problem. Literally the only reason this thing exists is to make math easier.